In this video, we'd like to demonstrate the integration between VMware and LucidLink's log-structured distributed file system for the object store. Within the environment, we have a virtual machine running on our ESX host, which has Lucid installed and is the mount point for our NFS server presentation to the ESX host. So on the ESX host, we have 100 virtual machines. These virtual machines are back-ended by the LucidLink NFS-backed file server running as a virtual machine on the host. You can see that the mount point is coming from our Lucid NFS data store. So now that we've seen the architecture, what we're going to do is go ahead and power up all of the 100 virtual machines simultaneously. So we'll run all of the machines out of the LucidLink mount point that is being presented via the NFS server to the data store within ESX. So once we fire up these machines, we'll see that these machines will enter their running state as they power on. We'll see that as they power on, they'll start to come alive. Now, this will take a few minutes, so we will fast forward. But before we do, we'll open up one of the virtual machines so we can gain visibility into what's going on while it boots up, and we'll be able to see as the services start. So if we select a virtual machine, let's choose virtual machine number 1 and open up the console. So while we boot up, we'll fast forward as we've got 100 virtual machines that are simultaneously booting up in the background and contending for access to the object store through the individual NFS server. So there's a lot of I/O that's in flight. So now that the machine has booted up and has entered the running state, let's log into the machine. Once we log into the machine and get access to the operating system, we'll run a series of processes to ensure that this machine is actually running. So first we'll have a quick look at the file system layout within the virtual machine. We'll also ensure that we've got services running. So we'll check our memory usage and we'll look at our processes that are running. So we can see that this virtual machine is running and has its services started. So why don't we go ahead and select another machine at random and perform the same task on another machine. We'll choose a random one. They're all running now, but let's choose number 13. And we can run the same commands. And this machine's a lot faster because a lot of the contention has settled down with all the machines in the background. So now it's a lot easier for us to ensure that the operating system is functioning. We can see our memory usage, our disk usage, and the processes that are running in the background. And finally, we had 100 virtual machines. So let's ensure that all of them are running. We'll choose the last machine, which should be VM100. So we'll sort by machine and we find VMware VM100, and we'll log in and ensure that all of its processes and services are running. So again, we'll perform the same tasks we have on the other two, just as a final confirm. We can see everything's running. So we've demonstrated that we can boot 100 virtual machines off a VMware host that is back-ended by an NFS file share, which has LucidLink as the mount point behind the NFS server and services. Thank you.